Happy New Year everyone. In today's episode we have some of the best deals you can pick up right now on the eShop, all at either an all-time low or at least matching a previous low. We even have some fan favorites that are at a new lowest price and some games I think you'll really enjoy without breaking the bank in the process. Hey everyone, I'm JP and this is Good Talk HQ. Here at the channel we cover Nintendo Switch games and deals every week and we love sharing the savings with the community. If this happens to be your first time here, welcome and thanks for checking out the video. If you have a good time or you save a little bit of money, please consider hitting that red button down below to subscribe. We'd love to welcome you into the family, and it will also qualify you for the eShop gift card giveaways that we do at the end of each month. All you have to do to enter is be subbed to the channel and leave us a comment so we can find your name and add it to the giveaway list. And to the extended family, welcome back my friends. Thanks again for an amazing year. I wish you all an even better 2022. Alright folks, without any further ado, let's jump into the list and try to save some money. As always, stay safe out there and please enjoy the video. Alright, we'll start the list with Alder's Blood. This is a single player strategy adventure game from No Gravity Games with a download size around 2.2 gigs and has a main story that will last more than 30 hours. In this one, you'll have to navigate through a grim world full of evil creatures, manage and gather resources, learn to craft items, and most importantly, learn to use the shadows as your ally. The game requires you to master the stealth combat system, but it rewards you for doing so. The movement is grid-based, and even the smallest things like wind direction are important factors as the monsters have very keen senses, specifically when it comes to smell and sound. If you're interested in Alder's Blood, make sure to grab it up before the sale ends on January 15th. It's marked down 60% to a new all-time low of just $7.99. Next up we have Battle Axe. This is an arcade-style adventure game for 1 to 2 players in local co-op, and it comes to us from Numbskull Games with a download size around 170 megabytes. Now this is a hack and slash style game with a top-down view, and it has absolutely beautiful pixel art graphics, plus music from a legendary composer setting the soundtrack to the next level. The story in the game centers around a group of heroes that step in to vanquish evil once and for all. And while it's a short story, it does have plenty of replayability, so you should get a little bit of time out of the game. With the fear of even more people being forced away from their families, never to be seen again, we set out on an adventure to take down Etheldred, a tyrannical leader that has been in power for far too long. If you're interested in this one, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on January 13th. It's marked down 50% to a new all-time low of just $14.99. Bug Fables: The Everlasting Sapling is a single-player adventure-style RPG from Danjin Entertainment, and it offers more than 40 hours of main story gameplay with a download size around 370 megabytes. The game follows 3 heroes as they embark on an epic quest in search of treasure and immortality. There are 7 different chapters that take us across a vast open world, with a combat system that's turn-based and a cooking system that you'll need to master. What's really cool is you also have some unique party-based mechanics and of course plenty of side quests that'll keep you busy beyond the main quest runtime. There are even 10 optional bosses that you can discover and fight as well. If you're interested in Bug Fables, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on January 17th. It's marked down 50% to a new all-time low of just $12.49. Next up we have Crysis Remastered. This is a single-player FPS from Crytek, and it has a download size around 7.5 gigabytes with the main story that should last 10 to 12 hours to finish up. Now this game has always been highly regarded by fans of the genre, and with good reason as the entire trilogy was fantastic. The ports are perfect, and in this remaster of the original, players once again will suit up and take place in the epic battles against an alien invasion. The game has branching paths throughout the story and a huge arsenal of amazing, awesome weapons to use to wipe out the hordes of enemies that you'll face off with. If you're interested in Crysis Remastered, it's on sale until January 12th, marked down 50%, matching a previous low of just $14.99. However, if you think you'd like the trilogy, that's also on sale as well, and it's the best value if you're going to buy all 3 anyway. Dead Cells is a single-player action platformer from Motion Twin Studios and has a main story that should last at least 20 hours, maybe double or triple that to finish up, with a download size around 1.5 gigabytes. Now this game is brutally challenging and puts us in control of a failed alchemy experiment, trying to discover the secrets of this seemingly cursed island. The controls are amazing, the combat is tough but fair, and the world is interconnected, giving plenty of reason to explore and find new paths. There are secret areas, hidden passages, and more in this amazing 2D Souls-like platformer. If you haven't played Dead Cells by now, it's the perfect time to jump into the action, as it's on sale until January 20th, marked down 50% and matching a previous low of just $12.49. Dice Legacy is a single-player strategy-style adventure game with a download size around 1.5 gigabytes and a main story that will last roughly 6 hours or so to wrap up. Now this is a dice-based survival and city-building type game where the sides of the dice represent the different people in your realm. This means that the better you treat them, the more powerful they will be. Your ship wrecks on an uncharted continent and you'll use the dice to explore, build, and more as you gather the strength to progress through the story. You have to adapt on the fly though, as the worlds are randomly generated, plus the maps have tons of secrets and unlockables that you can find as well. If you're interested in Dice Legacy, be sure to pick it up before the sale ends on January 13th. It's marked down 35% to a new all-time low of just $12.99. Genesis Noir is a single-player adventure game from Fellow Traveler with a download size around 4.2 gigs and a main campaign that will last roughly 5 hours or so to finish up. This is a fantastic point-and-click adventure game that spans through time and space, where every action causes a ripple effect and can change many different things. In a cosmic fit of rage, a jealous god sends out a gunshot at your loved one. As we travel through time, we alter and change the course of history in an attempt to save her life before it's too late. The game is pretty heavy on the emotions, but if you like a good point-and-click adventure, make sure to check out Genesis Noir before the sale ends on January 12th. Right now it's marked down 35% and matching a previous low of just $9.74. Next up we have God Eater 3. This is a 3D action-adventure title from Bandai Namco and offers more than 40 hours of gameplay on average with a download size around 14 gigabytes. It also has multiplayer action for 2 to 4 players locally and up to 8 players online. In this one, we assume the role of a young God Eater trying to survive in a harsh world. You can customize your character, alternate between fighting stances, alternate between different weapon types, and much more as you rise above a world of desolation and discover your true destiny. The combat is fast and fun, plus you can play it anywhere solo or with friends. If you're interested in God Eater 3, make sure to grab it up before the sale ends on January 17th. It's marked down 84%, matching a previous low of just $9.59. Huntdown is an action platformer from Coffee Stain Games and is available for 1 to 2 players offline, with the main story that will last roughly 6 to 7 hours to wrap up. The game has a download size around 1.2 gigabytes and it's set in a distant future where crime has filled the streets and gang rule as cops hide in fear. This is absolutely one of my favorite games that I played last year, and in this one you get to hunt down criminals solo or, like I said, with friends through each of these amazing stages, fully inspired by the 80s. The hand-painted pixel art and hand-drawn animations are absolutely gorgeous to look at on the Switch as well, and this, like I said, is one of our highly recommended games every time you can catch it on sale. There are 3 different playable characters and they all play with unique different play styles, and some of the best voice acting I've heard in any independent game. If you're interested in Huntdown, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on January 17th. It's marked down 60% to a new all-time low of just $7.99. Next up we have Momodora, Reverie Under the Moonlight. This is a 2D action platformer with a somber atmosphere and compelling lore. We play as a young priestess as she seeks an audience with the queen, the only person that may be able to lift the curse plaguing the land. The game once again features gorgeous pixel art graphics, smooth gameplay and animations, and an amazing soundtrack. You also have the option to customize items to optimize them for maximum damage, which will come in handy when facing off against the epic boss battles. Now this is definitely a tough game, so just be forewarned about that before you make your decision, but if you're interested in this one, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on January 17th. It's currently marked down 60% to a new all-time low of just $5.99. Northgard is an amazing RTS from Shiro Games and offers 40 plus hours of gameplay, and it even has online for up to 6 people at one time. The game is based on Norse mythology and sees us taking control of one of the last remaining members of one of the 6 clans that you get to choose from at the start. Your entire clan has pretty much been wiped out, so we have to start over with the goal of seeking revenge on the rival clan that attacked us. From there, it plays similar to many other RTS games and sees players rebuilding their village into larger bases and eventually moving forward for the attack. The story is amazing and the multiplayer is top notch, plus right now it's on sale until January 18th, marked down 60%, matching a previous low of just $13.99. Next we have Oceanhorn, Monster of the Uncharted Seas. This is a single-player adventure RPG from FDG Entertainment with a download size around 460 megabytes and it offers roughly 10 hours of main story gameplay. Now this is a love letter to Zelda titles from the GameCube era, and many of the mechanics are almost identical to something like Wind Waker. We play as a young boy who wakes up to find his father missing and a letter has been left behind. From there we set out on a journey to uncover the mysteries of the uncharted seas. Once again, the visuals, the sound design, and the story are all top notch, and this is again a highly recommended game whenever it's on sale. Right now you can pick it up until January 12th, marked down 65% and matching a previous low of just $524. Ori and the Blind Forest, the Definitive Edition, is a single-player action platformer with a download size around 3.5 GB and a main story that will last roughly 10 to 12 hours to finish up. Now this game is gorgeous on any system, and that holds true here on the Switch as well. The forest we live in is dying, and it's up to Ori to set out on an adventure to confront the darkness. The movement and controls are perfect, the combat is satisfying, and as impressive as the game looks, it sounds even better. In fact, both games in the series have some of the best music I've ever heard in any video game. If you've still never played either of these, this is the best time to jump into the story as it's on sale until January 17th, marked down 50% to a new all-time low of just $9.99. Please be sure to check this one out. Sword of the Necromancer is a single-player retro RPG from publisher Grimorio of Games with a download size around 1.4 GB, and it has a main story that should take around 8 to 10 hours to finish up. The game also has local co-op for 1 to 2 players, and this is a dungeon crawler with a top-down view and a story revolving around a young heroine trying to restore the power to her magical sword in order to revive the person she loves most. Our journey sees us setting off into dangerous dungeons full of enemies and bosses, and does admittedly have a bit of a Zelda vibe and feeling to it. There is one really unique feature though. Since your sword does have some magical power left, you're able to revive enemies that you've defeated and then have them join your party to fight alongside you. If you're interested in Sword of the Necromancer, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on January 27th. It's marked down 50% to a new all-time low of just $749. Alright folks, and as always, here are some other games that you can check out while you're already on the eShop. Alright folks, that's going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode. Thanks as always for hanging out with us again today. You know we truly appreciate it. I definitely hope you had a good time or maybe found a deal or two that you were interested in. Also, if you get a chance, consider stopping by Little Man's channel. We have more gameplays and daily deals and sales list over there as well. Thanks again, you all are legendary. Have a wonderful week everyone. Much love, and we'll let Little Man take us home as always. Bye everyone.
That's all for today's list. We hope you liked the video. If you did, consider subscribing and liking down below. Okay, bye!